Today, I'd like to demonstrate another feature in OpenResty Edge, getting the real client IP in OpenResty Edge when requests go through third-party proxies. In general, the client address obtained by OpenResty Edge is the proxy's address when requests go through third-party proxies. Sometimes, we may need to get the real client IP address, such as using client addresses in conditions, limiting request rates, or logging. Let's go to a web console of OpenResty Edge. This is our sample deployment of the console. Every user would have their own deployment. First, enter the global config page. We have multiple configurations to set. First, we need to set trusted hosts to set real IP. The trusted hosts to set real IP is a list of IP addresses allowed to set the real IP header. The real IP header will be ignored for requests not from trusted hosts. Enter the IP address 52.53.251.226. Next, we must specify the request header with the proxy's real IP. Generally, it's X forwarded for. The last IP address in the header will be used if there are multiple IPs. Save it. We need to make a new release to push out our new changes. Click on this button. Ship it. Our new release is now synchronized to all our gateway servers. Now the new configuration has been pushed to all the gateway clusters and servers. Our configuration changes do not require server reload, restart, or binary upgrade. So it's very efficient and scalable. Let's configure the application to output the client address now. We can still use our continuing sample application, testedge.com. Enter the application. Go to the page rules page. We have a page rule already defined. This page rule sets up a reverse proxy to an upstream. We'll implement a page rule in EdgeLang to output the client's address. We've introduced EdgeLang previously in a separate video. Click Edit button. The condition is set to true, indicating that it applies to all subsequent parts. Output the client address. Save. We need to make a new release to push out our new changes, as always. Click on this button. Ship it. Our new release is now synchronized to all our gateway servers. We'll send requests to gateway servers and check the client address received on OpenResty Edge. On the terminal, we log on to a remote server in the United States as a proxy. Send an HTTP request using the curl command line utility. Note that the client address is the proxy's address. Next, let's send an HTTP request with the X forwarded for header. The real client address is in the header. Note that the client address is the real address, 104.28.243.40. Let's consider the scenario where the X forwarded for header contains multiple IP addresses. Note that the last IP address in the header is used. Quit the server. We log on to another server, which is not one of the trusted hosts. Send a request with X forwarded for header as well. Note that the client address is still the proxy's address. The real IP is supposed to affect everything related to client IPs. Let's see some examples. The client city and client address will be affected. The action limit request rate is also affected. However, the feature limits the rate of SSL or TLS handshakes of HTTPS requests, which won't be affected because the client address was not rewritten during the handshake. That's what I'd like to cover today. If you like this video, please follow us on YouTube. Thank you.